Hello there, you lovely people. It's Playtendoguy here, all Pete, and welcome to the first episode of Playtendoguy Goes Live. After doing a live stream last week with Jason Brown, I really enjoyed it, and I have been thinking for a little while now about starting doing a couple of live streams a month and seeing how they go. I thought about doing one last night, but the football was on, so I thought do it for tonight. It's only going to be for an hour long, so it isn't going to be too long. So we'll aim to finish about half past 8. Yeah. So this is just going to be like the other live streams. You just pop a comment down or question, and I'll get back to you just like that. It's just a bit of fun, and it's not long. So let's see how it goes, shall we? Right. I see there's actually some comments here already. Some guy called Johnny Be Good. What H&B premium collections are you going to get? As you all may know, the H&B premiums are on offer now, like 2 for 15, which isn't too bad. I don't really know what to get, to be honest. I'm thinking about getting Full Metal Jacket. I might get a Clockwork Orange. There is another one called The Hidden I wouldn't mind getting. And I might get Top Gun because I have got that on DVD and I wouldn't mind upgrading it to Blu-ray. What are you guys thinking about getting in the H&B Premium Collection? I'm pretty certain on the Big Poorly Chatty Movies page, somebody said they bought about 20 the other day. So tell me what you're going to buy. Next up, we have Sarah Long. Where have the posts gone? The posts are all here, Sarah. I don't know. Next one, we have Pedro's Pantry. I haven't got a clue. What are your next video plans? I don't know. Well, there's going to be a Blu-ray hunt at the weekend, Monday, I should think. I am working on a Doctor Who video collection, like of all my Doctor Who Blu-rays and DVDs. And I think I might just go after that, a full-blown Blu-ray and DVD collection. I honestly don't know whether to do it on one full fat chunk of that's going to probably take about an hour to an hour and a half, but it's going to take a long while to upload, or whether to do it in like smaller sections. But hey, anyway, welcome to the stream, Pedro. Next up, we have Big Fan of Nintendo Games. What is the game you think is underrated? Right. There's a lot of games that could be seen underrated. I mean, I did do a video of some like hidden gems for the Switch and the 3DS, but there's a lot of underrated games about. I mean, first up is Alien Isolation. Mind you, that isn't really underrated because a lot of people do like Alien Isolation, and there's still calls for a sequel to this day. I would probably say Metroid Other M, mainly because of Metroid Dread just coming out, well, just being re-announced. I was going to say Metroid Other M was quite a decent game. A lot of people didn't like it, but I didn't thought it was too bad. Anyway, thank you very much, big fan of Nintendo games. Next up is big fan of Nintendo games again, and do you like the Legend of Zelda? I think you mean The Legend of Zelda. Yes, I do. Big fan of Nintendo games. Yeah, I do. Looking forward to the Skyward Sword remake and the Breath of the Wild sequel. What about you? Obviously, I should think you are because you are a big fan of Nintendo games. Anyway, next up we have Sarah again. And have you seen the Tom and Jerry film? No, I haven't, Sarah. And honestly, I'm not really that bothered. It doesn't really look like a good film to me. But then again, I've heard some positive things about it. Sorry. Next up, we have Johnny Be Good again. And what is your favourite DC and Marvel film? Marvel films, I'd probably say Captain America, The Winter Soldier. For me, I just think that was the best Marvel film. That was the film that really got me into the Marvel scene. I did enjoy Avengers when I first watched it, but The Winter Soldier was such a fantastic film. It was like a spy thriller, very 70s-esque spy thriller, and I did enjoy it. As for DC films, I'll probably just go. I don't know whether you're going to count DC EU, the extended universe, or why you counting all of them. I haven't seen the old Batman or the old Superman films, but I have seen the Dark Knight trilogy, and my favorite of that is Batman Begins. And my favorite of the DC extended universe has to probably be Wonder Woman. Though I did watch Justice League last night, the new version, and I actually really enjoyed it. I watched the full 4 hours, and you know what? It kind of flew by. 4 hours was pretty good. Next up, we have Johnny again, and he says, "Do I like horror films?" Yes and no. I don't mind horror films. I like suspenseful horror thrillers and that, but I'm not really into the big blood and gore sort of stuff. And yeah, I don't mind playing really bloody and gory games. That's a bit of a weird one. But I do like watching like Gremlins, American Werewolf in London. I have got a copy of The Thing I haven't seen yet. That's one I really want to watch. But yeah, I don't mind horror films, Johnny. Johnny's back again and asks, what's my hobby? Video games and watching films. Right. Sarah is this your first live things? Yes, it is my first live stream for the channel. Yes, it is, and I'm just going, seeing how it goes. I honestly haven't got a clue. Sarah says, "What colour is my kettle?" It's red. Really? You might be a troll, Sarah, so I'm going to keep an eye out on you. Pedro Pantry says, I like the Clint Eastwood box set you got in your box." I haven't got a clue. Probably what I unboxed. If you mean that big one with like 8 films in, the films are great, but the box set is crap. Sorry for this. I've just had my food. But yeah, honestly, the box set is crap. It's got a disc tray in with like 8 discs in, but the disc tray just comes straight out. You can't put the disc tray in the case, and it all just falls out. Sorry. Um, they did do a box set with like a big box with the films individually boxed, and if it was like that, I wish I had it. I actually was told it was going to be like that, and then it came through a door and it was like that, and I'm actually pretty disappointed. So I'm on the lookout for that box set. Then I'll probably sell the one I've got, even though I've undone it. Pedro's back again, and he says, "Do I like Tesco?" Well, yeah, Tesco's is all right, I suppose, especially if they do a decent selection of Blu-rays and video games, and thankfully mine does. Though quite a few people's Tesco's are pretty crap, if I remember correctly. Um, Pedro again says, "What's the difference between H&B and CEX?" Well, one of them sells brand new stuff and one of them sells pre-owned stuff, but they both charge extortionate prices for some things. That's it, Pedro. Pedro's back again. "What are you for tea?" I had burgers for tea, Pedro. I really don't want to. Big fan of Nintendo games says, "Ever played Alien Isolation?" Yes, I have played Alien Isolation. It's a great game. Should get a sequel, but I don't know. Did already talk about that. Do you like Res Resident Evil? Resident Evil. Yes, I do like Resident Evil. I do like the films. Yes, shock horror. I don't mind the films. They're a bit of dark, campy fun, but I really quite enjoyed them. The first one is actually a very good film. It's quite a decent recreation of the first film. The rest of them are all over the top, but they're daft fun. As for the games, yeah, I really do enjoy the games. Resident Evil 8 was brilliant. Resident Evil 7 was pretty good. Love the Resident Evil 2 remake. Right. Um, Back again. What's your favorite Mario game? I would probably say Mario Galaxy 2, then probably Mario Odyssey. Big fan of Nintendo games is back with what is your favorite Animal Crossing game? I'm probably going to say New Leaf. I'm going to say New Horizons because New Horizons is missing loads and loads of content from New Leaf. Anyway, I lost the messages on here. So anyway, big fan's back again, and he says, "What's my favorite Metroid game?" I'm going to be a cheeky bugger here, and I'm going to say the Metroid Prime trilogy because it's 3 games in one. Fantastic trilogy of games that needs to be ported to Switch. Anyway, big fans back again, and he says most excited for a game upcoming. Metroid Dread. I'm a big fan of the Metroid series, and I really am looking forward to that. Anyway, Rico, just because okay. Hiya, Playtendoguy, new subscriber here. Thank you very much, Rico. Thank you ever so much. I'm enjoying your content. Please don't be offended, but what do you mean by DVDs? Thanks in advance. It's probably my pronunciation of it. It's probably my pronunciation of it, but it's DVD. DVD. I'll just say that. But yeah, I'll try and pronounce DVD properly this time. We have Geordie Slasher Gaming. Evening, mate. Evening, Geordie. Hope you're doing well. Next up, we have Matt V's Movies. Hi, did you pick up any bargains on Prime Day? I don't have Amazon Prime, that's the thing. Though I have been wanting to pick up the Vengeance trilogy, which includes Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance, The Fantastic Old Boy, and Sympathy for Lady Vengeance. I was going to get that from Zavvi, but it was like $17.99, and then they put it up to 35 quid, which isn't too bad. But then they put it up to 35 quid, and I was like, no, I'm not having that. Checked on Amazon, it was 17, but as I don't have Prime, I'd had to pay for the P&P. But thankfully, with your first order with Amazon, you don't have to pay P&P. And then I found a £5 voucher, and I only paid $12.99 for it. So yes, I did pick up something from Amazon. I picked up the Vengeance trilogy for $12.99, and hopefully it should be here next week. Right, next thing we have Geordie again, and he said, what film would you like to be made into a game? Now that's a good one. There's quite a good one there. I mean, I'd like to see a proper Justice League game. I'd like to see a proper sort of Marvel game. Marvel's Avengers was pretty fun, but it was incredibly repetitive. I want a proper Marvel game or a DC game. Or a proper James Bond game, because I know the developers of Hitman are actually making one. Hopefully that'll be pretty good and all. But as for original films, I really don't know. I would like a sort of detective, another LA noir sort of game. I know there's a lot of noir sort of films out there, and I wouldn't mind seeing more of that being made into a game. Next up, we have Matt V's Movies, and what are your favourite genres of films? Wow, I like superhero films. I suppose that is a genre. I like drama. I like action adventure, and I'm slowly getting into horror. I'm really starting to get into the old sort of 70s, 80s stuff, and like Clint Eastwood. I'm quite a big fan of him now. I really think he's made some great films. Matt V Movies has just subbed to me. Thank you ever so much, Matt. If I haven't subbed to you already, I will do after the stream. Thank you ever so much, mate. Steve Max here. Hi, Steve. Hope you're doing well. Forgotten World of Movies is here. Hi, mate. And what's your favourite director? I don't know. I'll probably say something like Steven Spielberg. At a stretch, probably George Lucas, but I'm slowly getting into like foreign films, and I'm quite liking Park Chan Wook, who's made like the Old Boy films, and I'm starting to buy up his films because I'm very interested in getting The Handmaiden. And I'm also slowly going into the Clint Eastwood directed films. I've seen Gran Torino, and that was actually a really good film and all. These have all gone down here. Sorry about this. Oh, sorry. Paul Tams, hey man, are you a Final Fantasy fan? I'm currently replaying Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade on PS5, and it's incredible. Yeah, I do actually really like Final Fantasy. I've played quite a few of them. I've played some on the DS, I've played some of the spin-offs, and got quite a few of them on PS4. And the funny thing is, I actually did went back to Final Fantasy VII tonight anyway. I never actually fully completed the game, so I've been going through the final few bits trying to complete it. And you know what? It is a very good game. technically it is a bit so-so on the PS4 Pro. The character models do look a bit iffy, but the gameplay is pitch perfect and it is a wonderful remake of a classic game. And I bet it does look incredible on the PS5 if you can actually get one. But I'm glad you're enjoying it, Paul. Geordie Slasher Gaming. I don't think he's seen any of our messages. Well, I am now. It's just like there was like a load of messages up the top there. Obviously, they never get through. The movie hater. I'm not seeing those questions in the stream. Am I the only one? Hang on a minute. Yeah, they are coming up for me. Right. Let's have a look. Yeah, they're coming up for me. I don't know what's going on there. I'm the same. It's weird. Yeah, I'm really sorry about this, but yeah, there is like a load of questions come up. There's like hordes of them here. These must have been from people who were here beforehand because there was some like questions on here that popped up like last night, and I think they were trolls. I don't know. Geordie Slasher Gaming. I think you're right. The Slasher Gaming. Oh wait, now it's okay. Right, right. Here we go. Yep, it's working. Yep. Thank you ever so much for answering. I feel bad now. I liked it. I just wasn't sure if it meant something else. So sorry. Don't worry about it, Rico. It's probably just my pronunciation of DVD. I'll probably try and change the way I'm doing it. It's probably because I live in Norfolk and that's probably how we pronounce it here. I don't know. Euphoria Pictures is here. Hi Keith. I hope you're doing well. Hey mate, and hello to all in the chat. Here we go again. Right. What game are you playing at the moment? I'm playing Mario and Rabbids on Switch myself and really enjoying it for a tenner. Tenner, that is cheap. Got the Witcher 3 Complete Edition on Switch today, too. Wow, Mario and Rabbids is fantastic. I absolutely love it. And did you know that there's a sequel coming along the way next year? Looks like it's going to be absolutely brilliant. And The Witcher Complete Edition on Switch is a technically brilliant game. I absolutely love it. I do think it is the best port on the Switch. And the amazing thing is, they fit the whole game on the cartridge. The only problem is, CD Projekt Red did Cyberpunk, and look how that ended up. But honestly, Witcher 3, fantastic game. As for me, I was playing Final Fantasy VII tonight on the PS4, and I'm going through Metroid Samus Returns on the 3DS. I haven't played any Switch yet, which is mainly due to there's some sort of issue with the updates, and I don't want to update my Switch and then have some issues with it. Apologies for that. The movie hater. Euphoria Pictures, evening, watch The Temple of Doom 4K. Yep, it's Keith. Everybody's saying hi to Keith, and there's Matt. Geordie Slasher Gaming says, I'm 38 and I grew up with what I'd call proper action films with proper action stars such as Arnie and Sly. Would you agree action films saw their heyday in the 80s and 90s? Well, yeah, I would probably agree with you. The action films from the 80s and 90s are like pitch perfect. You've got all, as you said, like all your Arnie and Stallone films, and they are proper fun. You've got Terminator, I suppose, Rambo, um, Predator, and various all sorts of action films that really just are a lot of fun. I did watch Commando the other night, and that was just pure done over the top action fun. And whilst there is a lot of it these days with action films, certainly with Fast and Furious, there's a certain charm with these old school 80s and 90s action films that you don't get these days. So I do agree with you there. Fantastic Dizzy is in the house. Brilliant. Hey, Playtendoguy, loving your channel. What made you first get into doing a YouTube channel? Best wishes. Right. Well, I love gaming. I really do like gaming, and I thought about, you know what, starting a YouTube channel, do some video reviews of video games, and I've been doing it for like quite a few years. Facebook notification, sorry about that. Yeah, I've been doing it for quite a few years, and I quite enjoyed it and I did do some big videos that did do really well, but I've also got a second love of films. I've really got into watching films last year with the lockdown and all that, and I thought, you know what, let's do a bit of both. And honestly, I'm really enjoying it at the moment. I have got a couple of video game reviews in the pipeline and a couple of film stuff coming and all. But yeah, I really do enjoy doing this, and it's a nice little hobby, and it's great to meet people like you watching this at home that share the same interests. Matt V Movie says, do you collect 4K titles? No, I don't actually have a 4K yet. I don't have a 4K TV or 4K player. Hoping to upgrade the TV to a 4K sometime. But as for 4Ks, I do honestly have one 4K. I have a Doctor Who Twice Upon a Time 4K that I only got because it was cheaper to buy the 4K than it was to buy the Blu-ray. I would say that's the only one I got. It was like £4 brand new, or the Blu-ray on its own was like £8. So I saved myself like £4 and bought that. So yeah, it's not too bad. But yeah, 4Ks are certainly something I'd like to get into. I went to Curry's a couple of weeks ago, and they had a 4K TV playing Gemini Man with Will Smith, and it looked brilliant. It was playing at 60 FPS, and the image was so fluid, and the action so visceral. It really looked good. I mean, the Gemini Man isn't a great film, but it's a solid action film, and it looked even better for it being in 4K. But if I remember correctly, Gemini Man is the only 4K, or one of the only few 4Ks to be displaying at 60 FPS. But hey. Big Mac Max is in the house, and this is the guy from Jason's stream who was giving us, again, questions like this. What is your favourite film from 1990? Right. Bought a tablet here so we can check. Right. We have got Goodfellas, Pretty Woman, Edward Scissorhands, um, Dances with Wolves, which is very good. I do quite like that film. Total Recall, Tremors, Hunt for Red October, Darkman, Ghost, The Grifters, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Die Hard 2. I'll probably go with Dances with Wolves. I think it was a fantastic film. I really did enjoy that. That was like really, really long though. I think that was like about 3 or 4 hours long. I remember watching that on an Easter Sunday quite a few years ago, and we sat and watched it, and it was like about 1 or 2 in the afternoon, and it wasn't until about 5 when it finished. But it was a very good film. I think it's like something to do with like a soldier going with like Native Americans, and it was really interesting. I quite enjoyed it. The movie Hater, I'm watching it tomorrow. How does it look? It must be to do with the Raiders of the Lost Ark in 4K. Fun fact is, I actually picked up the Indiana Jones Blu-ray box set for £2 last week. In Tesco, it's £12 with your club card. But I had a £10 voucher, so it only cost me £2, so I upgraded my DVDs to DVD. There you go. To Blu-ray. So yeah, it's not too bad. Movie hater out of Euphoria Pictures. I hope good. Don't have it. That's why I'm asking you. Haha. 1990 has to be TMNT. Lol. Yeah, I really do like that. I remember I've got DVD downstairs, and I absolutely loved watching it as a kid. As I was a kid, I was a big fan of the cartoons. There was one that came out in the early 2000s, and I was really, really into that. As for you, Geordie, you'll get perfectly on with Jamie Powell. He absolutely loves that film. Matt V Movies, do you collect steelbooks? Yes and no. I do have quite a few steelbooks, but I don't go hunting for steelbooks. I did pick up quite a few out of like One Below and Poundland. I did pick up that Public Enemy steelbook. Sorry. I did pick up the Public Enemy steelbook, which was like only £2, and I did also pick up Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. That was in a steelbook form, and that was only like £1 from One Below. And I've also got Cars 2 on Blu-ray, and that's in the steelbook form. As for video games, I do actually kind of hunt for them on steelbook. I have quite a lot of nice looking steelbooks for video games. Some automatically come with it, and some you get like pre-orderable bonuses. I know there's some quite nice looking ones like Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal. As for up and coming steelbooks for video games, Zelda Skyward Sword has a beautiful looking steelbook that comes with it when you pre-order it, so that's one I'm very tempted about getting. But for steelbooks for movies, I might go for the Mortal Kombat one because I do quite like the look of that. But then again, a lot of these steelbooks are like 4K steelbooks and they're like 30 quid. And as I don't have 4K, it's like extra money. You might as well just buy two separate films for 15 quid. Geordie Slasher Gaming says, get the likes in, guys. 8 watching, only 3 likes. Oh, thank you, Geordie. Thank you. Steve Mack says, I'm a PC gamer myself, playing Cyberpunk 2077, Half-Life Alyx, and Death Stranding. Yeah, Cyberpunk 2077 looks the part on PC and really should have only released on PC last year and probably been released later this year for probably the PS5 and the Xbox Series X and S. It's too much for the last gen consoles to run. But honestly, I played on Pro and I only had 2 crashes and I played for about 50 hours. And I did enjoy my time. I think it's a very good action RPG. I do think it was overhyped, way too overhyped, but it was a very good game. As for how Half-Life Alyx, that does look really good. Again, that's a Valve, so that's exclusive to PC. I think I don't know. There's rumors going about that it might be coming to the PSVR or the new PSVR for PlayStation 5. And Death Stranding, I really enjoyed it. A lot of people don't like Death Stranding, but I thought it was a fantastic game. It had a fantastic story. I just loved the world. I liked walking around in it. It was such a stupid idea for a video game, but it worked so well. And we are getting an update. We're getting a director's cut coming very soon because it was announced last week and it's supposed to be taking a bit of a Metal Gear sort of approach. The movie hater says, I didn't know about Switch update problems. Could you give a short explanation? If you'd rather not, that's fine too. Well, no, that's fine. I'll tell you. Everybody should know. What it is with the latest Switch update, there was a problem that the games wouldn't update. So say that if you got Mario Kart and that needed an update, it wouldn't download the update. And if you went onto the eShop and bought a game and it was downloading, it wouldn't download. There was a lot of issues with it. They did release a hot fix middle of last week, but that didn't really fix much issues as a lot of people are still having it. Apparently there's a few workarounds like keep turning it on and off again, but I don't really want to tempt it. But apparently there should be a release fix next week that should fix the problem once and for all. Normally the Switch is perfect with updates and you don't get this sort of issues, but obviously it's just one of these things. But it's something to really be careful of if you are updating games. Next up, we have Forgotten World of Movies. The fight scene at the end of Commando has to be seen to be believed. Yeah, it is a fantastic film. The fight scenes are over the top. And honestly, they don't make films like that anymore. They really don't. Big Mac Max says, what's my favourite film of 2019? Right, let's have a look. I think I'm going to know what this is going to be. I think I'm going to say probably Parasite or Joker, because Joker came out. Joker was a very good film. Right, let's have a look. We have Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which I still haven't seen. We have Marriage Story, The Irishman, Avengers Endgame, which I didn't mind. I didn't mind that one. Little Women, I haven't seen that. Parasite, yes. Joker, Booksmart, Robert Fett's Bounty favourite film, Midsommar. Never seen that yet. Toy Story 4, Knives Out, Captain Marvel. I'm going to say Parasite. Absolutely loved it. It did come out a little bit later in the UK. I think it came out early 2020. But I'm going to say Parasite. Absolutely loved that film. Fantastic. Took a lot of great turns there, and honestly, it was very thrilling to watch. Steve Mack says Billy Lynn's long half-time walk is 60 FPS on 4K. Oh, that's good. I think I've seen that going about in HMV. I think that's like one of the cheaper Blu-rays, but I didn't know it had a 4K. That'd be interesting to see if more like 4Ks go down the 60 FPS mark, because I honestly wouldn't mind watching films at 60 FPS. That being said, my dad was with me in Curry's and he was watching Gemini Man at 60 FPS and he couldn't get on with it. It honestly made him a bit sick. But then as I play video games and some of them are at 60 FPS, probably I'm used to it. I don't know. Matt V Movie says the Indiana Jones Blu-ray collection are still great transfers. Yes, I think they are. I have seen a couple of comparison videos online and they do look very impressive. And £2. Sorry. Sorry about this. And for £2, you really can't say no. It's a very good price. Tesco actually do have the 4K selection in for, I think it's like £80, the 4K collection. I do think if I had 4K, it'd be like not too bad, but I can't justify the price. The jump from like 15 to £25, £30 if you want a steelbook, it just seems like a lot of money to me. And some of these 4K box sets are outstandingly priced. Geordie Slasher Gaming says, do you think we'll still have cinemas as we know them in 20 years' time? Personally, I think they're doomed due to streaming sites and TVs we can have in our homes now. Now, I can I don't know about this. This is a very very hard sort of question to go by. The pandemic has absolutely buggered up the cinemas. That's without a question. And movie studios like Disney putting their films straight on the Disney Plus, even if they are charging £20 for a rental, which is ludicrous, is damaging the cinemas. I think I remember last year one of the cinema owners had like all this display for Mulan, and when they said that it was going straight to streaming, they ripped up the whole Mulan display and chucked it away, and they wouldn't have Disney films ever again because the same damaged their business. Um, I think cinemas will remain, but I don't think they'll be that big of a thing as they probably used to be. But that being said, we're going to have some big films coming out very soon. We've got Black Widow coming out. We've got Fast and Furious 9. It isn't that great, Fast and Furious 9, but it's going to do well at the box office. So I don't know. If they keep releasing the big budget titles, they will do well. But there's starting to be a rise of these like drive-ins because like in the old 60s and 50s in America, they used to have like these drive-ins where you take your car and they have this big projector up. And that's starting to make a comeback round here because near where I live, not too far away in Peterborough, they trialled that last year and that did very well. And I think they're trying to get it back again this year. They also did a similar thing to that a few years ago down at Hunstanton, a seaside resort, and they had a big screen up. I think it was in 2019 on they've got a big green, and they showed Bohemian Rhapsody, and there was hordes of people down there watching it. I mean, yeah, I do think cinemas will be around, but I don't think they'll probably be the same as they used to be. I do think streaming is going to be probably overtake it myself. But yeah, and another thing is a lot of people do have quite a big and expensive TV setups. Some people have like thousands of pounds TVs. So yeah. Matt V Movie says, what new movie releases are you looking forward to this year? I would probably say like I'm looking forward to actually getting Mortal Kombat when it comes out. Black Widow, I'm looking forward to seeing what that's going to be like. I do like Scarlett Johansson character as Black Widow. I thought she's brilliant, and I do like the superhero Black Widow. Um, I don't know what else. There's Dune coming out this year. That looks quite interesting. I haven't seen the original, and I did see the trailer for Candyman, and that looked quite good, but I never seen the original of that. Space Jam's coming out, isn't it? I never was a big fan of Space Jam, but it does look like to be a okay film, but it's like a bit too late in my opinion. Let me just check, see what other films are coming out this year. We have The Hitman's Wife Body. Oh yeah, Quiet Place. I'm looking forward to seeing The Quiet Place Part 2. Watched the first one, absolutely loved it. I've already seen Cruella. I really enjoyed that. That was very good. Oh, and there's that thing by Edgar Wright, Last Night in Soho. That looks rather interesting. I think that's coming out in October, if I'm not mistaken. That looks like it's going to be a good time. The Movie Hater. Thanks, mate. I did have problems with my Switch not downloading demos and stuff. Yeah, it seems to be a thing happening with a lot of people, not just like one or two people. Nintendo did issue a statement like straight away, and they called the update like about 5 or 6 hours after it happened. So obviously they knew what happened, but they released an update within like about 48 hours. But obviously that hasn't been doing the rounds for people. I know a few people that are having issues, so I would personally keep an eye out on Nintendo Life. That will give you some help and hints. Um, the update should be next week, early next week. I would say Monday. It should be Monday. I'm pretty certain. Big Mac Max is back asking what my favourite film of 2000 is. Right. Um, I don't know what came out in 2000. Right, let's check. Right, we have got Memento, Almost Famous, Gladiator. I did actually watch that last night. I absolutely loved that. Fantastic film. I might be doing a review for that, but then what is the point when I've already told you it's a fantastic film? But I really did enjoy it. We've got Unbreakable. I haven't seen that. High Fidelity, the original X Men. The original X Men was very good. I like that. Um, we've also got Traffic. Aaron Brockovich. I haven't seen that one, but hopefully that should be a good one. Um, Chicken Run. I remember that from when I was a kid. That was a classic film. Classic. We also have Billy Elliot. That's quite good. The original Battle Royale come out that year. Haven't seen that, but I really, 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 really want to. I heard it's a great film. Chocolate with Johnny Depp and Meet the Parents. Oh, and The Grinch, the Christmas classic, The Grinch with Jim Carrey. I love that. It's a really good Christmas film. Also, a rather underrated Disney film, in my opinion, The Emperor's New Groove. Oh, and there's The Dinosaur. There's actually quite a few good films here. I see there's an Arnie film here called The Sixth Day. I haven't actually seen that one, so tell me if The Sixth Day is any good. I think I've seen that in Poundland. Fantastic Dizzy. Who shares your Costa with you, if you don't mind me asking? No worries, it's if too personal to answer. Well, it's not a girlfriend. It's my parents. Yeah. I'll go with my parents and we do the shopping, and then I'll go all over the place, do a bit of Blu-ray, DVD, and video game hunting, and then we all meet up at Costa and have a Costa. Yeah. Uh, Absolutely love a Costa drink. Really nice. I had one of these like strawberry and cream coolers today with like milk and strawberry sauce, ice, and like whipped cream at the top with like strawberry sprinkles. That was absolutely lovely. It was hot today, so I thought, you know what, I'll have one of them. And you know what? Yeah, they're lovely. Bit sweet, but they are nice. And obviously the cakes are absolutely delicious there. Let off some steam, Bennett. I, I, I can't remember now. I think I know what that is. I think it has something to do with Commando. I can't remember now. My mind's gone blank. But Fantastic Dizzy is back. He's a fantastic channel. If you like retro games, you should really check him out. Pardon. He went to like a James Bond sort of fair, and you could see like all the cars and that was an awesome video. Um. Anyway, Fantastic Dizzy says, "Have you tried VR, and what do you think? I have a PSVR, and I'm impressed." Um. I haven't tried. I have tried a VR, and I think it's quite a cool bit of tech. I do, but it's not really for me. It's a bit too claustrophobic putting it on, and it's not for me personally. But I do think some of the games do look fantastic. When the PSVR first came out, I did worry that the games were a bit too much like tech demos and they were like charging nearly full prices. I mean, a lot of the games were like 2 hours, one and done sort of thing. But when you get like Resident Evil 7, for example, which had the whole game in VR, that sort of thing interested me and it looked really good. And you've also got, pardon me, Half-Life Alex. And that one seems to be a big revelation, big killer app for the VR scene. Apparently they are doing like a VR2 for the PlayStation 5, but I don't know yet. I think there's supposed to be something said about it next year. But it's not something that I would go for, but honestly, if you like it, I do think VR is a great bit of tech. And they're doing some great work with it, and I would like to see what else comes in it when more powerful technology comes to be. Fun fact is, Nintendo actually did do a VR headset with the Labo kits. There was like a VR headset that you put on, but it's made out of cardboard, and you pop the Switch inside, and then you could see all around. It was very odd. I did try that. It was sort of like a more of a gimmick, sort of looking through the looking glass sort of thing. Not really a proper game sort of thing, more like just a gimmick, but it was something. Anyway, Big Mac Max is back and he's asking something different for a change. He's asking, what's my favourite PS4 game? That is a good question. There's a lot of great PS4 games. I mean, we've got The Last of Us Part 2, which I do think is a very good game, but I don't think it's as good as the original. I thought it was a bit too long and some of the story beats I weren't keen on. It's still a fantastic game. It's a 9.5 out of 10 game. But for me, there's much better games out there. I do like the Yakuza games. I think they're fantastic. I like Yakuza Zero, Yakuza Like a Dragon. Um, I also liked the original Last of Us. Fantastic game. God of War. Really enjoyed that. Really looking forward to the sequel. Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm a big fan of Rock Band 4 on the PlayStation 4, though these Rock Band and Guitar Hero games aren't really big things anymore. Final Fantasy VII Remake, Red Dead Redemption 2 and all. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. I'm not a big fan of. I do like GTA 5. I think it's a very good game, but I'm not too keen on the online for it. I wish Rockstar would just get on with the next one. Favorite film of 2004. Here we go again. Right. I think Spider-Man 2 come out this year, so I'll soon tell you. Huh, right. Yeah. We have The Incredibles, Harry Potter and The Prisoner of Azkaban. That is the only film I've actually seen in this cinema. I've only ever been to the cinema once, and that was the only film I've ever seen. Really enjoyed it. One of my I am going to say it is my favourite Harry Potter film. We've got Shrek 2, Spider-Man 2, Million Dollar Baby, Shaun of the Dead, absolute classic. Mean Girls, Dawn of the Dead, I think that's a remake, isn't it? Kill Bill, The Bourne Supremacy, Alien vs Predator, Shark Tale. Oh, there's so many here. I would probably still say my favourite probably has to be Spider-Man 2. I absolutely love that film. That was a very good film. But I did remember, yeah, Shaun of the Dead or Spider-Man 2. I'm just looking for them and there's hordes of them. Commando is a classic film. Some great one-liners. Yes, absolutely. I really do enjoy Commando. Actually, most Arnie films are full of classic one-liners. There was a game called Lego City Undercover, which had like this Lego character who was essentially just Arnie, and all he kept saying was like all his famous quotes like "Get to the chopper" and all that sort of stuff. It was very funny. Forgotten World of Movies. The Sixth Day is very meh. Yeah, I think I have heard a lot of people say it's not very good, but I see Arnie and I thought, oh, that might be all right. But yeah, if it's on TV, I'll probably watch it, but I won't go out my way and buy it. But yeah, thank you very much, Forgotten World of Movies. Next up, we have Cheetah. Hello, Cheetah. Evening, Mr. Playtendoguy. Evening, Cheetah. Hope you're doing well. What is the time? It is 8:15. We'll be finishing the stream at 8:30. So we've got 15 more minutes. So get your questions in, and I'll get through them for you. Big Mac Max says, "What's your favourite Switch game? Switch game? I'm going to gather you meaning Switch. I'm going to say probably Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I really enjoyed that. That's a great game. Witcher 3 on Switch. That's very good. Oh, what else? Breath of the Wild, Fire Emblem, Three Houses. Really enjoyed that. That's a great game. But yeah, there's so many to this. There's so many great Switch games. A lot of my Switch games are going to be a lot of the same people's favorite Switch games. What are your favorite Switch game, Big Mac Max, or anybody in the comments? That'd be really welcome. Next up is Big Mac Max back again with what's your favorite film from 2002? Oh my word. Right, let's have a look. I'm going to say, wait a minute. We've got Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Lord of the Rings, there's a Two Towers, Minority Report, About a Boy, Attack the Clones, which is a pile of crap. I really don't like that one. Austin Powers, Born Identity, that is a classic. The original Spider-Man, Blade 2, Big Fat Greek Wedding. I don't know why I'm saying that one. 24-hour Party People. Die Another Day is a pile of old crap. And Men in Black 2. Oh, and the original Scooby Doo. That's quite a guilty pleasure of mine. That was when I was a kid. I really did enjoy that. That was a good film. Lilo and Stitch. I'm going to probably go for. Yeah, I'm going to probably go for. Now I found it. The Bourne Identity. Yeah, I really do like the Bourne films. The Bourne films are a lot of fun. Yeah, good fun. I really enjoyed them. Matt B Movies is now going. All right, and Matt, see you. Thank you ever so much for watching. We have 2 people watching. If you could give me some more comments, that'd be greatly appreciated. Big Max is back with another question. What is your favorite 3DS game? I don't know. It's going to be probably one of the Marios or Zeldas or Pokemon games, or even Metroid Samus Returns. I'm really enjoying that. As for, I'm going to say Metroid Samus Returns or Ocarina of Time 3D, both classic games. What's your favourite Tom Cruise film? Well, I could go the easy way and say Mission Impossible film. I really do enjoy the Mission Impossible films. The first one's pretty good, pretty good. Second one's a bit OTT. Third one's brilliant. I think it's Ghost Protocol, is it? Ghost Protocol? That's the next one. I like that one. Rogue Nation was brilliant. And Fallout was fantastic. Fallout was the best Mission Impossible, in my opinion. So I'm going to go Mission Impossible, but everybody knows Tom Cruise from Mission Impossible, so I'm going to give another one out, Top Gun. I absolutely love Top Gun. It's very sort of cheesy 80s film. And whilst the story really doesn't go much anywhere, it's just so much fun. The air jets going all over the place. The music is peak 80s, Danger Zone, Take My Breath Away. It's brilliant. There is a sequel coming out this year, I think. Top Gun Maverick. I don't really know whether Top Gun Maverick is going to be any good. I mean, could be all right. I don't know. Let's have a look, see what other Tom Cruise films there is. I remember liking The Last Samurai. That was good. Um, Rock of Ages was a good bit of fun and all. I like Rock of Ages. I had a lot of fun with that one. Um, there's another one I watched. What was it now? No, there is one I want to watch. It's called Valkyrie. It's something to do with the World War II thing. It's supposed to be pretty good and all. I haven't seen that yet, but I want to see that one. What is your favourite Bond film? Right. I have the whole Bond collection on Blu-ray. The only one I haven't got is the side spin-off film with Sean Connery called Never Say Never Again, because the prices for that on Blu-ray are like astronomical. Um, I'm gonna say probably I'll give a few. I'll give a few. I loved Thunderball. Thunderball was brilliant. I thought that was a brilliant film. How many times have I said brilliant? I just liked that one. I thought it was a great film, a lot of fun, really good action, wonderful scenery, and a great soundtrack, opening theme by Tom Jones. You don't really hear that one going about. That's the first time I ever heard that one while watching the film. Normally, like GoldenEye and Goldfinger, you've heard them about, but I've never heard Thunderball. And when I heard it last year for the first time, really did enjoy that. Really did enjoy that song and film. Um, Roger Moore era, I'm going to say The Spy Who Loved Me. My favourite Bond film of all the Bond films. Very good film. Felt like it played to Roger Moore's strength. It had that cheeky side of Roger Moore that we all know, but not over the top. It's also introduced Jaws as a great villain. Jane Seymour as the love interest, as the extra spy, and she played it off really well with uh, Roger Moore. Yeah, he played them two really worked well together. Another one of his was really good was For Your Eyes Only. I quite enjoyed that one. I watched that one a few weeks ago, and that felt very similar to I can't remember the name now, but yeah, anyway, they're good films. Timothy Dalton era, both of them are very good, and I think Timothy Dalton's a very underrated Bond, and it's a shame that he never stayed on for more. As for Pierce Bronson, I would say Goldeneye. It had to be Goldeneye. It's a classic film. So many iconic moments. Sean Bean in it again, yeah, as Trevelyan. The theme tune by Shirley Bassey. There's also the Brilliant Game. Also, the Brilliant Game. I really enjoyed that, and it's a Wii remake. As for the Daniel Craig era, I would say Skyfall's my favourite, though Casino Royale is a very, very close second. Both fantastic films. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how No Time to Die goes ahead. I don't know whether that'll. That's got a lot hype riding on it. It's been delayed for like now 2 years. I know there was trouble behind the scenes with like Danny Boyle leaving, but I really do hope it lives up to the hype. We've seen so many trailers now, and I just really want it to be released. Big Mac Max is back again, and he's saying, "What is my favourite film of 2008?" Well, we've had all this like Friday night on Jason Brett's stream. Oh my days, he always keeps doing these. I think this is probably a troll, but I'm not sure. Oh, what's your favourite film of 2028? I don't think that's going to work. Right, 2008. We have got Wally. I've never seen Wally. Never seen it. The Dark Knight. In Bruges. I have actually got In Bruges on Blu-ray, but I haven't seen it yet. The original Iron Man, which kickstarted the MCU such brilliantly. Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Everyone's favorite Indiana Jones. As a kid, I liked it. It was a fantastic film. I was only like about how old was I? I was 12. I really enjoyed it at the time. It was a great film. But at the moment, the originals, you can beat the originals. Kung Fu Panda, Mamma Mia, Cloverfield. I haven't seen Cloverfield, but I have got it. so I'm looking forward to watching that. The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke, Hancock, Quantum of Solace. Quantum of Solace is rubbish. I really don't like Quantum of Solace. We've got Gran Torino, which was another brilliant film. Tropic Thunder, Pineapple Express. That's a good bit of fun. There's a film called Be Kind, Rewind. That's a rather underrated film with Jack Black. If you like films and games, it's a very good film. Hellboy 2 and all. Some really good films. Also, the very underrated Speed Racer. But for me, I'm going to say my favourite film of 2008 is The Dark Knight. Though I do prefer Batman Begins. Right, let's have a look here. Fantastic Dizzy, great stream. Thanks. Thank you, Dizzy, for saying that. You come across as a really likable person. Thanks a lot. Oh, thank you ever so much, Fantastic Dizzy. It means a lot. I know you always comment on my pickups and my collections and videos and Blu-ray hunts, and you really enjoy them. And like comments like that really mean a lot. I love how like the community always comes and talks and says like how you doing and all that. And honestly, you don't get this nowhere else like that. Only on YouTube. Big Mac Max is back again. Disney film, what's your favourite? I would probably say Lilo and Stitch. I really enjoyed Lilo and Stitch. That was such a classic film when I was a kid. I recently got the Blu-ray. I love the Elvis soundtrack. The Elvis soundtrack is just fantastic. Apparently, they are going to do a live action remake of that, so that'll be interesting to see how they get like characters like Jumba, Flea, is it Flea? I can't really remember the names of them, and Stitch being live action. But yeah, I really like that. Another one I like is Treasure Planet, which I still have on VHS. I still haven't upgraded it to a Blu-ray or DVD. So I would probably say that's another one. That's a very good film. That's very underrated. I got shoved out in like it got shoved out by Disney at the most stupidest of times in 2002, and it flopped. It's a shame because they had so many sequels in the works, but apparently we are going to get a live action, and that's going to be awesome because this is like a pirates in space, and it should work so well. Another one is Atlantis. Atlantis is very good. If we're going by the Pixar sort of stuff, I'm going to say Up. Absolutely love Up. The first 10 minutes of Up are probably the most upsetting I've been in a children's film ever. If that opening doesn't resort you to tears, my word, that is something unbelievable. Toy Story 2 and Toy Story 1 are favourites. Toy Story 3 I haven't seen fully. I do have it downstairs, but I haven't watched it all the way through. And I haven't seen Toy Story 4 yet. Lion King, I remembered The Lion King. That is an absolute classic. I love that film. I'm not too hot on the remake. The remake isn't very good in my opinion. It looks nice, but it just feels rather like a one-to-one remake that honestly I weren't keen on. I quite like the Mulan remake, and I've heard some positive things about the Aladdin one, so I'm looking forward to watching the Aladdin one. But yeah, Big Max is back again, and he says, "What's my favourite horror film?" Oh, let me have a look. I would probably say American Werewolf in London. Predator's quite a good horror film. I like Alien. Alien was great. Um, what else? I would say I don't know. I really want to see The Thing. I really want to see The Thing. I do like horror films, but I can't really remember what like ones I've seen. I like Shaun of the Dead, but that's more of a comedy. But yeah, there's quite a few horror films I quite like, but I just like remembering them. I really do want to see The Thing. I don't like anything too bloody, so that's why I'm watching The Thing. I heard The Thing's quite bloody and gory, so there you go. Um, Big Mac. Oh yeah, as for the horror films, I have got a Hellraiser trilogy, so I'm looking forward to watching that very soon. I heard that's going to be quite Interesting. Next up, we had Big Max again, and he said, "What is my favourite film of the '70s?" Right, let's have a look. We have got so many. Star Wars, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, um, Apocalypse Now, which I haven't seen, Taxi Driver, Godfather, The Godfather, again, for some reason, Jaws, classic Jaws. I really do like Jaws. We have The Exorcist, which I haven't ever seen before, Chinatown, All the President's Men. There's actually quite a lot of great films on here that are actually on the H&B Premium Collection range, so probably is something I should pick up. Let's have a look again. Aliens, yeah. Monty Python, Dirty Harry, Blazing Saddles, Grease, Chainsaw Massacre, Halloween, Superman. Don't Look Now, Being There, Enter the Dragon, The Omen. I'm going to probably say Dirty Harry, but I do absolutely love the original Star Wars film, A New Hope, classic. Right, next up we have Lady Judge. Hello, lady. Hope you're doing well. And she says, "It's nice to see you going live." Yeah, it is nice to be live. We've been here for just over an hour and it's been really fun. Probably ain't going to go on for too long now because it's 8:30 now and we'll probably go on for another 5-10 minutes. Next up, we have Big Max with "What's Your Favourite Arrow Film?" Well, if we're going to talk about the Arrow video films, right, I recently got the Hellraiser set, recently got the Ring set, I've got Graveyards of Honor set sitting sealed that I still haven't watched. Still haven't seen RoboCop yet, and The Thing, which are two I really want to watch. I've seen Massacre Gun, I've seen Blade of the Immortal, I've seen Ghoul. I'm going to say, obviously, my favourite is Old Boy. I absolutely love that film. I think it's a near perfect film, such a fantastic thriller, very menacing, very thrilling. Loved it to bits and a great soundtrack. Big Max is again with "What's your favourite film starring Nicole Kidman?" Oh, now that is a, I don't know. Was she in Days of Thunder? I think she was. She's actually in Aquaman. Yeah, obviously she's in Aquaman. Bombshell. Just Go With It. The Hours. Destroyer. Before I Go to Sleep. Bewitched. That's a TV show, isn't it? Or was that remade? Golden Compass. I liked that when I was a kid. I think that was a very, very underrated film. That should have done much more better at the box office, but thankfully we are got the TV series His Dark Materials, which is coming to its final season this year. Um, Days of Thunder. I'm probably going to go Days of Thunder because that was a good bit of fun. Oh yeah, she was in Paddington. Yeah, she was the taxidermist in Paddington, the first film. I forgot about that. Probably say Paddington. Paddington was a great film. What's your recent purchase? What, Blu-rays, video games? I'm gonna. Well, today I got the Avengers: Age of Ultron on Blu-ray. Upgraded it. Only paid £2.50 brand new for it. Ordered the Vengeance trilogy, and that should be here next week. Did get them Arrow box sets last week, and I did pick up the New Kids on. Oh, one of the neighbours are drilling. Picked up the New Kids on the Blu-ray hunt for £9.99, which isn't too bad. Um, and as for games, I think the last game I bought was Paper Mario Origami King and Marvel Avengers. But we have got Mario Golf this week and the Switch version of Tony Hawk, which I'm very tempted to get. So I might actually get them. Big Mac Max says, oh, camera just goes. Big Mac Max says, what's the most expensive film you've got? Don't know. I don't really pay much for films. I'm a tight bugger. If I see a film cheap, I'll get it. So I've got a couple of Doctor Who box sets. They cost about 30 quid. I think I ain't paid no more than like 30 quid for any films. Though if you say like collections, I'll probably say James Bond probably because I bought them separately and that's probably cost me £100 separately. But I don't know. I'll probably say either that if you class as a collection or the Doctor Who box sets. But I am very interested in getting the Bong Joon-ho collection, which is like 40 odd quid. I do think that's just that little bit too much. But if it goes down to 30 quid, I'll certainly get it. Next up, we have Lady Judge, and she says it was originally a TV show. That must be Bewitched. Yeah, Bewitched. I think I can remember that being on show TV years ago, and there was that remake film. They do like to remake TV shows into films just lately. I remember they did the Sweeney a couple of years ago, and that wasn't that good. But yeah. Oh, next up we have Forgotten World of Movies. What is your favourite actor and your favourite film with that actor? Wow. I do like Tom Cruise, really do like Tom Cruise and Tom Cruise and his Mission Impossible Fallout. But I'm gonna probably go as I'm really getting into his stuff. Clint Eastwood with Dirty Harry. That original film is such a classic, such a really good thriller. So many great iconic moments, some great action scenes. That really was a role Clint Eastwood was born to play. Um, Also, I quite like Liam Neeson. I know Liam Neeson isn't the greatest now because all he is just a middle-aged action star, but he's good fun, and I do like his take. And he was great in Star Wars and Schindler's List. He's been in a lot of good stuff, but a lot of people mostly just recognises him for like his over-the-top action, middle-aged action stars. But yeah, anyway, we'll soon be finishing. We'll be finishing off at 8:40. We might actually finish off in a sec. But yeah, we'll finish the stream at 8:40 because there's some other guys coming on at 9 o'clock. Magpie Movies and Rob Effects Bounty will also be doing a stream at 9 o'clock, and I don't want to overrun into them because they're great guys. Fantastic Dizzy says Liam Neeson is cool. Yes, he is very cool. I do like Liam Neeson. He's a great guy. Is he Irish? I think he is Irish. But yeah, I think he's getting on now. He must be in his 60s, but he's still banging out these action films. There was one last year that came out. I can't remember what it was called, but that's never been released on Blu-ray in this country, even though it's been released in cinemas. So yeah, we're going to be wrapping this stream up in a minute or two time at 20 to 9. Thank you very much, everybody, for commenting, for watching. It's been a blast. I really enjoyed this. And tell me if you'd like another one of these again, because I'm thinking about bringing these live streams every week. If you would like that, tell me in the comments section. That would be brilliant. But yeah, I think we're going to be packing this up now. Well, it's getting late, but it's getting to. We've had a good time for an hour, so yeah. So. Oh, fantastic. Dizzy says yes, please, to another. Brilliant. Yeah. Yeah, I will certainly do another one. Thanks, fantastic Dizzy. Your 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 comments is really appreciated, and the way you have commented on the channel has been fantastic. With these live streams, I'm thinking about inviting some of you on so we can talk face to face like this about comments, and I think that'd work really well. So if any of you guys want to pop onto a stream, some of you have already been on streams, like whether it's been Jason Brett, Magpie Movies, Big Paulie, you know the sort of stuff. So if you want to join on the live stream, just pop me a comment down below and I'll get back to you and we'll talk on Facebook or Messenger and set up something. But yeah, as always, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you could like and subscribe, that would be totally awesome. And subscribe to Fantastic Dizzy, Lady Judge, and all the great guys who have popped up during this brilliant and fun live stream. So yeah, that's been me, Playtendoguy, and that's been our live stream. Thank you very much for watching. Yep, fun Forgotten World of Movies. Great stream, mate. Really enjoyed it. I'll be up for a stream. Yeah, I would be too. And hopefully, I don't know what days to do it. Shall we do it on a Wednesday night or shall we do it at weekends? I really don't know. Tell me what great days do you think would work? I thought tonight because there wasn't much football on, I don't think. England didn't play, but I think Wednesdays nights are not too bad. I'm just blabbering on now. But anyway, thank you ever so much for watching. Thank you again. Like and subscribe to all these great guys who have been on here giving me questions and that. Anyway, that's been me. Till next time. Bye.